Okay, this is 5-6. Find the whole from a percent, page 301. But really, guys, we have done all this using our proportion is over of equals the percent part over 100%. All the future problems I'm about to show you in this section can be done using this proportion, okay? And if you look at this, how can you find the whole given part and the percent? Okay, so I'm going to basically, you can read this, but I'm going to skip right to the problems and show you how that's done. So let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, the question here is, here's an example. They want to go down through, this is related to the previous page, but let's look at this one. 24 is 5% of what number? So you can read all this as you want to. They go through what 5% is, the part is 5%, the whole is 100%, okay? 5 over 100%, 24 is, we don't know the of. Now they go and divide by a common factor, but remember, if we have percent over percent, 24 over x, I can cross multiply. 5 times x equals 100 times 24, cross multiply and divide. So it would be 100 times 24 divided by 5. My answer is 480. So 24 is 5%. 24 is 5% of 480. And we can solve all these using is over of. Let's go to the next page. Remember, is over of equals P over 100%. Okay, so 9 is 25%. Okay, is their top number, and we don't know the total. So I take my calculator, 9 times 100 divided by 25, it is 36. Okay, number 2, 14 is 10%. Whoops, that's a 10. So I take my calculator, 14 times 100 divided by 10, 140. So you want to set these up each time on your paper. Okay, I should see these when you're done. My of is the unknown. Remember, is over of. So we have 300 divided by 5, 60. And that means 3 is 5% of 60. And our last one, 12 is 60% of what number? So I have 1200 divided by 60. By the way, when I say 1200, that's multiplying in my head, divided by 60. And it's 60% of 20. Okay? All of these can be done the same way. You do line equals line, and you show this on your paper. 20%. Okay, you set all these up. 42. Because of time, I'm not going to do that. So for the sake of time, I'm going to write answers in, and you should do the work and make sure that you get the correct answer. That's what you should get after you set them up. Line equals line, is over of, P over 100. Okay, let's try this one. 40% of the students in the 6th grade at Andrews School participate in sports. If 52 students participate in sports, how many 6th graders are there in the school? So 40% participate. 40%. Well, 52 students is the 40%. We're looking for the total number. So we're going to cross multiply and divide. 52 times 100 divided by 40. And if you take your calculator, divide that out, multiply, you're going to get 130 students. Okay, next. There were 136 students and 34 adults at the concert. If 85% of the seats were filled, how many seats are in the auditorium? So 85%. Now I need to know a total here. 136 plus 34. So there were 170 students at the concert. 170 is 85%. So I'm going to cross multiply and divide. And when I do all that math, I end up with 200 seats in the auditorium. Okay, don't let this fool you here. This is still 100. Okay, this is 40% over something. So we're going to cross multiply and divide. Basically, this is your is, this is your of. So when I cross multiply and divide, I get 80. Okay, same here. There would be 100% here. When I cross multiply and divide, I would get 140. There would be 100% here. We're just assuming that, it's 100% is this part right here. It's total. Cross multiply and divide, you get 120. Walk down through these. Corey spent 20% of his savings on a printer. How much did Corey have in his savings? So the 100% goes here. He spent 20%. Okay. So when we come over here, what is the cost of the printer? The printer was $160. So he spent $160 on the printer. Okay, that was 20% of his total. So when I cross multiply and divide, I'm going to find that he has $800 in his savings. Okay, the printer was 20%. Okay, next, Kai spent 90% of his money on a laptop that cost this much. Does he have enough money left to buy a scanner? So 90%, he spent $423. The scanner costs $59. We have to see if when he's all done, his total money, if he has enough to buy a scanner. So he spent 90%. So cross multiply and divide. So 423 times 100 divided by 90, we find that he had a total of $470 to start. So he started with 470. Now he spent 423. So when I take 470 minus 423, I get $47. Well, a scanner is 59. So no, he cannot buy a scanner. He's out of luck. Okay. Maurice has completed 17 pages of the research paper he is writing. That is 85%. Okay, so 17 pages is 85%. What is the required length? So when we find this, it would tell you how long it had to be. So we're going to cross multiply and divide by 85. When you do that, you're going to find that it should have been 20 pages total. So he has 3 more pages to go. Okay, number 20. Of 250 7th graders, 175 walk to school. What percent? So again, of 250 is my total, 175 walk. So we don't know the percent, but we know that 250 is 100%. So when I cross multiply and divide, we find that the percent missing is 30%. Okay, what percent walk to school? 30%. Okay, 2 more here. Kate made 20 free throws in basketball games this year. That is 80% of the free throws she attempted. To find the total number of free throws she attempted, Kate wrote 80 over 100, x over 20. What error did she make? Well, look at, she made 20. 20 is 80%. So the 20 should be up there. Okay, 20 is not the total. Okay. Maria spent 36% of her savings to buy a smartphone. The phone cost $90. How much money was in Maria's savings account before she purchased? So they started here, and we could use this. I could just put 36 over 100. We don't know the total cost, so I'm going to cross multiply 90 times 100, divide by 36. And when I do that math, I find that there were $250 in her account before she started.